5 different winners in the last 5 Grand Prix at Qatar, and 2025 could bring another new winner. But who's really in the mix? Let's look at what history tells us and see who's red hot going into Losail. My name is Matt from KneeDown, let's get into it. Losail has always delivered a bit of MotoGP magic. Under the lights, it's fast, it's flowing, and it rewards confidence. So let's rewind the winners. In 2024, Pecco and Marc, empowered by Ducati power, surgical precision, and the calm of a double world champ. He controlled the race like a master. 2023, Fabio Di Giannantonio. A shocker at the time, he took advantage of quite a scrappy race, stayed smart and fast when it counted, and sealed his first win. 2022, Enea Bastianini with late break brilliance on the GP21. He was patient, composed, and clinical when it mattered. 2021 Doha Race 1, Maverick Vinales was basically just classic Maverick. A lightning launch, clean rhythm, and great tyre management on the Yamaha. 2021's Race 2 in Doha was Fabio Quartararo, and it was pretty much a typical Yamaha win. Basically the same as Maverick, with that same calm, consistent, flowing lap times from Fabio. 5 different winners, 3 being Ducati. It does seem likely that the Bologna factory will probably keep their win streak alive. So let's see who fits the profile in 2025. Pecco and Marc, last year's winner and red hot after the victory in Qatar. Pecco's super strong braking makes him one to watch in Qatar. Marc Marquez, 2 out of 3 wins so far this season, and arguably the strongest rider on the grid. Does seem likely that Marc will win. Or will he? Well, it's been well over 10 years since Marc stood on the top step of the podium under the lights in Qatar, and by his own admission, the other riders are actually stronger than him here. So maybe it's not so simple. Alex Marquez, riding the crest of a wave as the MotoGP World Championship leader. Momentum and confidence is sky high for Alex, and looking at Gresini's track record, it's in the stars that Alex will take his first GP victory like Bastianini and Diggia did before. Fabio Di Giannantonio. Finishing on the podium in Qatar was a massive boost to Diggia's confidence. The feeling of the GP25 Ducati is coming, and if there was a place for the Italian Bond to truly connect, it would be here under the floodlights, reminiscent of the 2023 Qatar GP. Frankie Morbidelli. Another Ducati rider with a newfound confidence again. Frankie entered the season with a familiar VR46 squad and appears to be hungrier than ever to win again. Scoring the podium in Argentina and finishing a Grand Prix no less than 4th puts him in the winning conversation yet again. Now, I'd love to sit here and tell you that every factory's got a chance of winning in Qatar, but I'd be lying to you. Ducati is the king of MotoGP as it stands, but it doesn't mean we can't get a good battle for the positions behind. So let's take a look at the best of the rest and see who's viable for a top 5 finish. Brad Binder is the wildcard everyone forgets about, but he's always lurking in the background. KTM's straight line speed isn't a match for Ducati's, but Binder's aggressive braking and ability to charge through the pack makes him a serious contender in a chaotic race. And don't forget, he has stuck it on the podium last year as well. As mentioned already, Gresini have a love affair with this circuit. The Ducati works great in Qatar, and they have a rider who's dominated here in Moto2, Fermín Aldeguer. It is too hasty to think Fermín will be a contention for a race win, but judging by his rapid late race pace in Qatar, Fermín is on his way up as he masters that Ducati GP24. Fermín could be well in the mix for a top 5 finish. Now, Jorge Martin's 2025 season hasn't even started yet due to injury, but this is the world champion, and we'd be a fool to count him out of a strong finish. Qatar's a track where a smooth style pays off, and the Aprilia could be a fit for him once he gets back into the swing of things. If he is fit and firing, Jorge could be a surprise top 5, and dare I say it, a podium finisher? Could be a little bit too strong. It's been a mixed start of the season for Yamaha so far, but there is one shining light: Jack Miller. His quick adaptation to the Yamaha has been impressive, and if the conditions are right and the race turns into a battle of survival, Jack could once again snag a top 5 just like he did in the Circuit of the Americas. Zarco continues to prove he's the top rider for Honda, whilst the others are still figuring it out. Zarco showed podium potential in Argentina, and only a crash in the late stage of the Americas GP took a top 5 finish away. Qatar might not suit the Honda, but if there is a Honda rider that can make that difference, you bet it's Johann Zarco. So who do you think will win in Qatar? Will we see another name added to the list of Qatar victors, or will someone return to the top? Let me know in the comment section down below, or alternatively our poll on the channel, and upon that note, I will see you again to discuss more MotoGP very soon. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe to KneeDown. I'll see you next time. Ciao for now.